Setahai, Kuso Dawada. So yo guys, we're back again today, and today we have a very special box that was sent to me. It's sent from the candle shop and incense company, and it's actually owned by a Somali woman. And I'm very appreciative that she sent this to me. There's something about packages that I love. I don't know if it's you guys or if it's me or if it's just me and not you guys, but there's something that I love about having a box that I can unpackage, whether it's food, whether it's gifts, whether it's when you buy something new, something about something in a package and I have to work for it a little bit or unwrap it and there's like a surprise inside. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just love that. I don't know if it's you guys too. Maybe it's just me, but I just love it. And this company is actually owned by Suhail Wali, and she was nice enough to send this package of Uunsi to me. And I always love Uunsi. You guys know I've always talked about Uunsi when I went to Somali shops in Columbus, Ohio, when I've been to just anywhere in Somalia and Minnesota, different places with Somali people. I always smelled an incense, and sometimes I smelled this incense on women. So today we're going to review it. We're going to talk about a little bit of the history of Uunsi and where it comes from in Somalia. And so let's just get right into it. So Uunsi, if you didn't know, is over 6,000 years old. It's a very ancient Somali incense, and it's mixed with different things such as sugar and different types of woods and just different type of things that make up Uunsi. Throughout the different regions in Somalia, people make it differently. But Uunsi is older than 6,000 years old, and originally Uunsi was used by the temple priest, and it was actually used in the temples when Somali people used to believe in Wak or Wakism. And Wak is a traditional god that is from that area, a sky god, a Kushitic god. And there was a time where Somali people, before they believed in Islam, believed in Wakism, or the sky god of Wak. I've actually made a video about that. So Uunsi is over 6,000 years old and is a very ancient Somali incense. It was actually traded for currency, and I've talked about this in my video about Wak, but it was actually traded for currency to other countries and kingdoms such as Egypt, Asian countries, and it's been traded for thousands of years, and it was at one point and sometimes used as a currency. So Uunsi is very ancient in Somalia. It's a very ancient incense, right? Frankincense, all these incense that come from the Somali or that region, that area. And frankincense, Uunsi, and different perfumes were looked at as Borawako. And the temple priests would take the incense and they would actually burn them in the temples, like I stated, to cure people of their ailments, right? So this Uunsi is very, very ancient. It's very old. It has a lot of traditions in Somalia. And actually, when I was talking to the owner, she said that her story is very unique because originally her grandmother pioneered and made this Uunsi differently. So she added more ingredients to it. She let it soak in the perfumes longer than other people traditionally did in Somalia. And then eventually her mother used to make Uunsi all the time. But since her mother is in a different country and she lives in the States now, she had to learn how to make Uunsi. And that's what led up to her making her own company. The smell is just amazing. I mean, it has like this very subtle wood smell, but also very ancient and very, I don't know how to explain it. I'm still actually trying to figure out the smell to describe it to you guys. I know you guys watch me in a lot of the food videos, and it's a lot easier to describe food, I think, than smell sometimes, especially an ancient smell like Uunsi that has thousands of years of history. And it's just newer to my nose. Like I've told you guys before, I've been into Somali stores and malls where Somali women have burned Uunsi, and I didn't really know what it was at the time. I do know what it is now, but I really didn't know what it was at the time. And I thought it was one of the most beautiful smells I ever smelled before. And I just always remember that every time I ran into a Somali woman that had used Uunsi or had Uunsi in her shop. So another thing that I love about this is in the package when it comes very nice and neat. It's filled basically the whole package is filled up, so it doesn't look like it's just a package where it's open space and you just have like this incense holder or unsi holder in this package and that's all, and like the tongs. It's actually prepared and packaged very nicely, as you guys can see. When I took the unsi out the can, the thing I love the most about this package is that the can seems very high quality. When you take the unsi in and out of the can, it seems like the unsi is going to last for a long time. I don't really know the expiration date on unsi and this type of incense, but I know that it would probably stay at its freshest, seeing that it's more of a watery base unsi, or more on the watery side, when you keep it inside of that tin can. And it's something about getting a tin can with a description on it, and also you can use it for future unsi or to put other things into the tin can. Also, like the color coordination between silver and gold and white. So the package is white, the unsi holder is white, the top part of it is gold, the tongs are gold, which I love because I love gold. Who doesn't love gold? Most African people love gold, black people love gold. And the package that the unsi comes in is actually gold too. So you have that 3 trifecta combo. You have the package is gold, the tongs are gold, and the unsi holder is gold, which is very good, pleasing for the eyes when you have guests over. It's very nicely coordinated, all the same color. It all goes together. So if you're serving tea or food or anything like that, it's just all recognizable. I don't know, maybe that's a pet peeve of mine, but I don't really like when a tong is a different color from the incense holder, from the package, from the tin. I know it's little things like that, but I like color coordination in some things, and I really appreciate her taking the time to make all these pieces that come in this package gold, and then matching colors with the white and then the silver as well. One thing I noticed about this unsi, and I really want to try to describe this to you guys. I don't really know if I can or not, to be honest with you. So it's very interesting because as the unsi burns, it starts off as a like very watery base type incense, and when you put it on the coal, it eventually dries out and it shrivels up just a little bit. But initially, I know there's saffron notes in the unsi, and I think that's what I initially smelled. I think I smelled like the sweetness, or like the somewhat sweetness of saffron, and that's what I initially smelled. But as the unsi keeps burning, it turns more into like wood, like different woods that are used in unsi. It turns more into like a woody type smell, but also has that hint of sweetness, like very hint. But at the beginning, when you first start burning it somewhat smells sweet, like a faint sweet smell, and then eventually it has, I would say, more of a woody smell, just a little bit more woody smell, but it also has a sweet smell. But I just love how over time the smoke is very high when you first put it on the coal naturally, and then over time it just dies off. But the unsi burns for a long time. It's still actually burning right now, and I've been talking for maybe a couple minutes now. So it's not something where you just put it on there and it's going to be gone within a minute. The smoke will die down a little bit, but it will keep burning, and it will just fill a beautiful aroma around your house. It's really nice. Like, I really, really, really appreciate the company for sending this out to me, because, you know, I always love unsi. Actually, this is my first unsi holder. This is the first time I've actually did unsi myself. I've never took a coal and put unsi on top. So this is all a new first for me. Like I said, I really appreciate it. But you guys should definitely check out this company. I'm going to have the candle shop and incense shop company, and it's owned by a Somali sister. So you guys know we should definitely support this Somali sister. I will have all the information down here at the bottom. And she also has Instagram and information about unsi if you would like to learn a little bit more past what I told you. And you guys can just check it out. I think you should definitely support her. I think this is a great package. One thing that I would say to the sister, one thing that I would love to see in this package, and I was just thinking about it because I loved how it was designed. I love your packaging. I love everything that you put in the package. But one more thing I would put in the package, because I've noticed that when you have something that's very cultural, very ancient like unsi, I would love to see maybe a little bit of sheh inside of it. Maybe like the spices and the tea, the Somali tea inside of it, maybe as like a smaller package. I'm not saying it's like the easiest thing to do from a business standpoint, but I would love to have like unsi, right? And I would have unsi burning, and then I can have sheh, which when I had Somali tea, that would give me the experience of actually tasting the Somali culture and also smelling the Somali culture, ancient culture, for the first time, right? Think about all the people that have never even experienced Somali culture, but they wanted to buy this Somali incense or unsi to try it out. How amazing would it be if they had some Somali tea to taste the culture as well as smell the culture at the same time? There's nothing better than pleasing all your senses. Aromatherapy, which Uunsi does an amazing job at, it smells amazing. Yo, my place is smelling good already. Like, you guys, I wish you could smell it. I wish we could have the smell of vision and give it to you guys. But also, while you're smelling this, to have a great cup of Somali tea to experience the culture a little bit more. Satisfying all the senses, right? You hear the crackles of the unsi on the charcoal. And after that, you smell the unsi inside of your nose. It goes to your brain. It translates to smell. So your sight, you're looking at it. You're pleased by how it looks, the aesthetics of it. You're pleased by how it smells because it smells amazing. You're pleased because of the crackles when the unsi hits the coal, and it makes this little crackling noise that your ears are telling your brain this is something special. And then if you had tea to close off the loop of senses, right? If you had tea to where I could actually drink the Somali tea and taste the Somali tea while I'm burning unsi, I would feel like I'm back in Somalia. But I also think you should add a little bit of verbiage too about the Somali culture. It doesn't have to be long, but maybe a paragraph or two speaking about what unsi is, where it comes from, and the ancientness of it, and also how much culture that Somalia has within maybe a paragraph or two, or maybe just one paragraph. And I think this package would be amazing. It's already amazing, but to really just throw it over, you know, to make it super amazing, I think that it would be nice to add those things. Not saying you have to, but I think it would be nice to add those things. So yo guys, please like, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications so you can get all my video. Add me on all social medias, which is Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, SoundCloud, and Facebook. They're all Afric Network. Each one teach one. Always love each other, always learn from each other. And please go support the sister and help her out, because I really think that she's on to something with her unsi and her grandmother's recipe. I really love it. And yo guys, until next time, peace, one love.